My mother was very involved as we were young children. She was a really loving mother. She would help us understand the importance of your own strength and your own belief in what you believe in. And she had that phrase that she often said, you do what's right, public opinion notwithstanding.
She had this amazing ability to disengage and become mom again when she entered the house. So you did not see Wangari Maathai, the activist, in the house. The ability to engage and disengage I really admired.
Wangari had this delightful smile that I believe just made her a rock star to many people because she was so approachable.
She was truly a servant of God, a beautiful woman, a Kenyan woman who just lived a normal life. But in the course of living her normal life, she made tremendous changes.
Today, we are faced with a challenge that calls for a shift in our thinking so that humanity stops threatening its life support system. We are called to assist the earth to heal her wounds and in the process, heal our own.
What she really wanted to see was that wherever people were in their lives, that they had an opportunity to move forward and that no one was so disadvantaged that they were not able to move forward. What opportunities could each person have access to have their lives carry enough meaning to bring about joy and fulfillment in their lives?
She is a great example of a Kenyan woman raised in rural Kenya, highly educated, who then went out, reached the farthest reaches of this world with her message. But we as Kenyans ought to be so proud of the fact that she is us.
I particularly remember her when she took the fight to protect Uhuru Park, and when she went, full throttle against the entire establishment.
Na mama moja anajitokeza na kwa desturi mama kwa Kiafrika lazima kuheshimu wanaume.
It's a very sad saga that we have a government in this country that is actually overseeing the destruction of forests and the grabbing of public land.
In 1998, Wangari Maathai nĩokire na agĩtwĩra mũtitũ nĩ ũratunyanwo na ithuĩ tũkĩambĩrĩria kunyita msafara wa gũka kũrora acio maratunyana.
If you're going to shed blood because of our land, we will. We are used to that. Our forefathers shed blood for land. We will do so.
We don't have to fight those battles. We have a much easier task of protecting Karura Forest and protecting Uhuru Park and seeing if we can get more Karura Forests and Uhuru Parks around the country, around our continent, and around the world. The Greenbelt movement continues working to protect green spaces around our country. That is a mission that lives beyond any of us.
Today, what Friends of Karura are doing are making sure that whenever the grabbers had cut the trees, we plant indigenous. Whenever the colonial government had cut all the indigenous, we are planting them again.
Community nĩteithĩkaga na gũka kuna ngũ na nĩtũteithanagia na ũrĩ gũkĩhanda ona nĩ ũgakorwo nĩũrona mũgate wa hwaĩ-inĩ.
We are all in Standard 8. Our club is called EcoCharm and we normally plant trees. We followed what Wangari Maathai was doing and she is hero, our inspiration, and we are proud of planting trees.
When Brookhouse was looking at developing a new sixth form centre, that's for our oldest students, we also wanted to incorporate the honouring of an African servant leader. We settled upon Wangari Maathai because we felt she encapsulated all the values that we were hoping the students would develop in their final years at school.
I remember that we were in Parliament the day that the Nobel Prize was announced. Here we were in a parliament where a lot of the people who had criticized Wangari, abused her, demeaned her under Moi's government were in parliament with us. She was very gracious. She said, thank you very much. In fact, I think to one or two of them, she said, in fact, if you hadn't given me such a hard time, maybe I wouldn't have worked as hard.
In the course of history, there comes a time when humanity is called to shift to a new level of consciousness, to reach a higher moral ground. A time when we have to shed our fear and give hope to each other. That time is now.
Although there was all of this acclaim, she maintained the simplicity of her personality.
We have all these wonderful gifts that she left us, all her awards, certainly a lot of her writings, and we have, in different places, we have all these beautiful things. And we thought, wouldn't it be wonderful to do something right here in Kenya that is big, that is world class? We are world class after all, so why not have a really spectacular museum memorial where people can come and enjoy these artifacts.
And we feel like this is the best way we can honor my mom's legacy, because she was trying to do it all on her own before she left, almost to her last day, and her body failed her.
This is where people who didn't know her have a chance to come and really experience who she was and what she was concerned about and what she believed in and why she's a person that people are interested in and talk about.
The story of Professor Maathai, for anybody who experiences it and who kind of associates with it, it just inspires you, it's inspirational and it's transformative. And for us, it's exciting to be involved in a project that will not only hopefully bring transformation today, but even in the future.
Each of us can be part of making the Wangari Maathai House happen. If you get involved, send us your resources and make it possible. That would be one of the greatest contributions we can make to making our country, our continent, and our world a better place.
I remember her for being one of the authors of the preamble. In fact, she had authored a chapter on culture in the Boma's draft. And then the paragraph, articles 42, 69 to 72, it's about environment. You read them, that's Wangari.
If everybody can do like she narrated that story about the hummingbird, do all what you can do, this country could have a great change.
I think she was just about peace, about prosperity for everyone, and for equality. And I think that those three things, I hope, will be continued by the people who admired her, by the Kenyans who want to emulate her.
We are all talented, and we all have certain skills. So as I flourish, my desire is that others flourish as well. And that was really Wangari Maathai.
The PhD and the Nobel and all those other things she accomplished are not what got her up in the morning. You just help people slowly, and in the course of time, you change enough lives that people are so thankful to you, they reward you somehow.
You don't have to tell Kenyans that she was genuinely committed to making our country better. She was the ultimate hummingbird in my